Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I am going to speak with you on a new case that I want to bring to your attention. I actually saw this on Court TV maybe a month or so back when the trial was going on. I didn't keep up with the whole trial. It was really a lot to deal with, but it's called the Fake Funeral Home Director's Trial. That's what the trial was called. The guy in question was Shawnte Hardin. This was a case out of Ohio. This guy basically represented himself as a funeral home director. He had a business that he considered a funeral home, but he was not a licensed funeral home director. He was not a licensed mortuary. He wasn't licensed to do anything, but his paperwork stated that he was a funeral director, services assistant, like that he provides products, services, and whatnot to actual funeral homes. But what he was doing actually is providing services for families on the low. Yes, I said it, on the low. So, for example, one lady, her son died of some type of rare disease, and he went to the hospital. He got the body. He did transport the body. She said it took several weeks for him to get her son ready, which I guess that just meant to get him ready to do the services. And then what he was doing is sending the bodies from Ohio to, I think, Michigan. And he had a company there that was actually doing the cremation services for him. There was one lady, it took her like 2 months. She almost had to threaten him to get her loved one back. There was another lady, she met him through a friend of their family. Her boyfriend, which was her common law husband, had died. She actually, when they got to the services, they decided to use him because he was cheaper. When they got to the place where the services was done at, he actually had these 3 guys in a white painter truck with the body. He took the body into the church in a bag. And when they got in there, they kind of closed everybody out because they actually got there before the body. They didn't have a car or anything of that nature. They get in there, and then he laid the body flat on something, and that is actually how the service was done. There was one lady, she found out a month after her sister died that she thought that her sister was already cremated. She just hadn't gotten the body back yet, but come to find out, her sister was at the man's church in the basement. I think the police called her and was like, do you know your sister's in the basement here at the church? I forget the name of the church. And she's like, no, my sister's already cremated. My sister died a year ago. What's wrong with you? He was like, no, honey, your sister is right over here. She ain't even prepared. She hadn't even been properly, prepared after her passing. So he had over 30 different counts of improper handling of a corpse. He had several counts of basically forgery, because he represented himself to be something that he was not. And he also had bad check fees. He was the trifecta. He had fraud charges too, because he had wrote bad checks to other businesses in the funeral home industry. That is really, I think, what made things catch up with him. Not to mention, bodies started appearing all around town. As a matter of fact, they found two dead bodies in a beauty salon in the city. So, I mean, it was very off-putting. So as a matter of fact, when they finally went through the trial, he was found to be guilty of all accounts. And when the victims did their victim impact statements, several people had to be held back by police or the sheriff or whomever. And one lady was like, please just let me hit him in his face, please, because it was her son. And she was like, every time I think about my son, I think about this. I think about this situation. I finally got the urn back at 1 o'clock in the morning after a month. I don't even know if he's in there. Like, I don't even know if that's really his ashes because, who did I give my son to? And another young lady, she was a health professional, a mental health professional. And her thing was every time she thinks about her little sister, she thinks about, how she looked and the off-putting things that she had to experience in this. I don't want to go too far into detail because depending on who you are, it could be a lot, it could trigger some people. Just the whole fact, I just don't even understand, like, why you would want to do this. Like, and he was charging in a way that he wasn't really making money. He wasn't really profiting off of this. He made, like, for example, the young lady who lost her son. Shawnte only charged them $2,050. So that's, for the body to be cremated, not to mention the other things. So he wasn't really profiting off of this, unless he was spending the money and not doing different services, which obviously that could have ended up being what happened because, he did get to the point to where there were bodies that things weren't done to. So, but this was a crazy, crazy story. It was covered by Court TV, so it may be on there on demand if you choose to go and watch the trial. But I just want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this story? Would you take the low-cost route to save money? Now, a lot of these people felt that they were in a position that they needed to take this. It wasn't that they just didn't want to pay the money. For one reason or another, they really didn't have it. So in essence, he kind of was preying on a subset of people who ordinarily wouldn't be able to afford going the other way. So tell me what you guys think. Leave down below your thoughts on this story. I will put some links in the description about the story if you'd like to know more about it. Also, tell me which choice would you make? Would you take the low-cost route, or would you just, even if it takes a little while, wait and get the money to do it the, I guess, more traditional route? Let me know what you think below. Again, his name is Shawnte Hardin, SHAWNTA Hardin, and this story was out of Ohio. Tell me what you think, guys, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.